evening to you from a very, very chilly Essex. It's been a bit, very autumnal is the word. I've been out on a bike this afternoon. It's the first time since the springtime, since my hands got really cold on a bike. So winter's on its way, and I think from the weather forecast, we've got some severe weather coming in from the north over the weekend. But I'm going to stop being a weatherman and be more about pain self-management. And I'm delighted to tell you that tonight we're doing an interview with Mandy Wilson from the northeast of England. Hey Mandy, do you want to say hello to the viewers and tell them who you are and what you do up there in the northeast?
Hello, I'm Mandy Wilson and I'm the lead nurse specialist from the pain clinic at the QE Hospital in Gateshead. And I've known Pete for the last few years. We've done a bit of work together, haven't we, Pete? With workshops for patients, which have gone down really well, and workshops for healthcare professionals as well, which went down equally well.
Yeah. I think the thing is, you're really famous, Mandy. You may not think it, but with the video we did with, I can't think her name, it's Kim, she used to work with BBC. She came up here and did a nice interview with us, when I was doing the workshop with the people from Arthritis Care, the local branch of Arthritis Care, and she came along and filmed it. But I think what she did also is she actually interviewed you and also some of the participants on the course. And
yes.
I think what I'll do, once I post this interview, I'll put in a little link there so people can see you again. They're like, you know, what was said and what not.
Just do a bit of airbrushing though.
Hey, listen, I'm the one that says that's to say that. I wish I could do some airbrushing, yeah. So listen, we've, as you just you said, we've sort of known each other now for a few years, and we sort of, I guess, we corresponded over through the internet and whatnot, and then I got invited up by you and the local branch of Arthritis. Well, it's called another name now. It's called
Versus Arthritis.
What's it called again?
Versus Arthritis.
Versus Arthritis. Now,
yes.
I don't get that personally, but someone
it's so that you can stick a name or the branch or anything in front of it to show that there's extra ownership of it. So up here it would be Gateshead versus Arthritis.
Now
yeah, that might make a bit more sense. And the volunteers can do that the same as well, put their name in front. So yes, very good.
Okay, well, and it makes perfect sense now. Up until then, I'm thinking, what the hell's going on here? So so as it was then Arthritis Care, but now versus so Gateshead versus Arthritis. So we've done the videos up there, and I've come up there and done a couple of talks. So, but what I'm more interested in finding out, I think the view as well, you know, the work that you do in the pain clinic, because you know, from what I can see, pain clinics are evolving to some degree, where
yes, they are.
They're being taken out of the hospitals and put into the community. And I don't know what's going on up there in the northeast. Is that going to happen there?
Well, they're still kind of hospital based. We've got ours at Bensham Hospital in Gateshead, and that's kind of like an outpatient hospital. But yeah, the move is to get them into communities to make them more accessible, and that's certainly happening with lots of other services as well. And also making sure people can access support when they need it as well. So we've got our monthly support group that we run locally, which is open to our patients, but it's also open to the rheumatology patients, because I work with Jackie Binden, the rheumatology nurse specialist, who was on one of your videos at the Cop-thon a few years ago.
Okay. And
then, of course, we're still working with the amazing Alison Bellinger, who runs the Gateshead versus Arthritis, get the title right.
Yeah.
And Alison comes along and supports our support group, as do her arthritis champions and the volunteers. So it works out really well, and that's been really good to try and get people thinking about managing their pain long term, that it doesn't have to be just coming to a clinic and being told what to do. Like you always say, we want them to have some ownership of their pain and put them in the driving seat, so that they're making decisions themselves, they're taking control, setting themselves some goals and starting to do some things that perhaps they haven't done for a few years. So at our support group, which is really good to help people kind of move forward from the clinics, as well as obviously have that support within clinic. We want people to think about perhaps non-drug ways of managing their pain. So it might be things like massage or mindfulness or some counselling. Or some general, some of the stretching programs that are coming up, and we've been working really quite closely with the Life program, Richie and his team, and also the Older People's Assembly in Gateshead, and they're both offering very gentle stretching courses, exercise groups. They're even running tea dances. There's cafes. There's so much going on in Gateshead. We're very, very lucky to have all of this within our area. So it's not just about the clinic appointments, really. It's all the extra things that go with it.
Well, that's why I was really keen to actually do an interview with you, because, what you do there seems to be that you go beyond, it seems to me you go beyond your remit, because what you're doing is that you're involving other community-based concepts that can actually enhance and support the people that you see who come to the clinic with persistent pain. So if someone, wants to get people, there's a lot of stuff knocking around on your social media at the moment about, to say to someone they've got to exercise, like it's not their, it's not going to be too encouraging. But to get active and do things that perhaps they used to do but not doing, and they're like bopping around, have a little bit of a dance around and whatnot. I mean, I was having a little dance around this morning in the gym. I was. Some music got on there, and I was grooving away there, mate. I was smoking red hot. I was.
But it is one of, we're laughing, but it's one of the biggest challenges, that the two biggest issues that we see for people coming to the pain clinic is deconditioning, where all of the muscles around the spine or the body have gone really short and tight, or even started to waste, and that generates pain that doesn't respond to pain medication. And the other issue that we're seeing a lot of people having high levels of anxiety and depression and low mood. Some people might not be going out at all. Yeah. So it's great that we've got all these extra activities. And of course, social prescribing is really topical at the minute. And we were very proud to see our Craig from Older People's Assembly, who was on the Victoria Derbyshire show last week, and on the breakfast show, because they were talking about social prescribing. But Craig was demonstrating what his organisation's been able to do for older people. And tea dances, bringing those back and setting up little cafes and getting people meeting and doing Tai Chi, and having the stretching groups and the courses. And he's working again with the Life program with Richie Paxton. So there's so much on the go. And of course, Alison from Arthritis Care and us, we've all linked in with that so that we can provide our patients with a lot more resources than perhaps we could if we just worked individually.
So you're demonstrating there what can happen as you involve the communities, etc. Can I ask you, because this is quite a massive debate going on at the moment about this opioid business.
Yes.
Where there's overprescribing, etc., and people are getting, I suppose, buzzed out when they're having accidents or dying, sadly dying. I read something on social media at the weekend that more people are dying in America now.
Yes.
Through overuse of opioids than guns and road accidents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When it's talking, we're not talking a few hundred people, we're talking thousands and thousands of people are dying each year.
And it is a big issue, and a really good website to check out would be Opioids Aware. If you just Google that, for anybody watching, Google that and look it up, and you'll find there's a lot of information on that website, Opioids Aware, which provides information for both healthcare professionals and patients and the public. But one of the things we're seeing are people developing a condition called opioid-induced hyperalgesia. And that's when the body starts to produce toxins associated with high dose morphine. Then the toxins cause a lot of high levels of pain. People have problems mobilizing because their pain is so bad on the slightest bit of movement. And then people are getting a lot of opioid toxicity side effects. So there's a lot of work going on nationally to try and get morphine levels down to lower, safer levels, because the worst case scenario is you can have people who develop heart problems or problems where they develop sleep apnea. And again, the worst case scenario is death. I mean, look what happened to Prince, where he had overdosed on fentanyl. And again, there's Eric Clapton, not Eric Clapton. He's still with
you know, don't do it, Eric.
God bless him.
My buddy, my guitar hero. I know, Eric, you're still there, man. Relax.
God bless him. Yeah, there was another high-profile pop star who
Michael Jackson.
So sorry.
Michael Jackson.
Oh well, it was Michael Jackson's was slightly different because his was due to over sedation and using anaesthetic drugs to go off to sleep with, which is a bit mad. Also, there was another pop star who had died from having too much morphine because of his pain, and it was arthritis pain. So yeah, we've got to keep people safe.
Tom Petty? Was it Tom Petty?
Yes, it was. Yes.
Tom Petty, yeah. Okay.
Tom Petty, you get them mixed up. Eric Clapton. Sorry, Eric.
I'll show you, Eric, you're still alive.
Sorry, Eric.
So do you see many people now coming in with coming to the clinic now with these sort of other problems, like where they're using? I'm taking it that the GPs are prescribing all these.
They are, yes.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So we're doing a lot of education with GPs as well and community staff, which is great. I thoroughly enjoy that, and I know the GPs are really keen to get more information and guidance. So yeah, it's just about keeping people safe, and even if you've got somebody on massive amount of drugs, if their pain is through the roof, it's just not helping, and there's no point carrying on, because the worst case scenario is that they might not be with us. It can be really serious, the side effects, and and very life limiting, obviously.
Can I give a shout out to one of your local GPs, Dr. Becky?
Oh yes,
Yeah, I can't remember her second name, but I'll just
Becky Haynes.
Becky
Haynes.
Becky Hayes, yeah, big shout out, because she's quite active on Twitter, and she is. She does promote a good pain management, etc. So big shout out to her.
Yeah.
So listen, I won't, because I know you've had not a busy day. Well, you had a busy day. You've been working in the pain clinic and everything. It is a great busy day, but what would be your take-home message? I'm going to ask you two last questions.
Okay.
What would be your take-home message to healthcare professionals about the importance of pain self-management? I
think really try and understand what the patients are going through. For us working in the pain clinic, we've actually got pain ourselves. So in that respect, we can understand what it's like to live with pain every day. But I think that is a big challenge, but also to try and help people get their lives back, because I hear so many sad stories of people in the house all the time, or they're living their lives in their beds. So taking control of pain and not letting pain take over that person, and helping them to get back on track. Because if somebody's helped and nurtured, they can get their lives back, and there is hope out there. So that would be certainly the first take-home message to give people.
What about what would be the take-home message for people with pain who are watching this video? What would be a message for them to take away from about self-managing their pain?
Well, I think it's really important to try and take control, because pain can take control of you and take your life away. And there's definitely hope to get your life back on track. I've got two top tips really. The first one is make sure you don't sit, stand, lie or walk for too long through the day. And when I say too long, I mean 20 minutes really. So if you're sitting for long periods of time and you've got any degree of chronic pain, arthritis, anything like that, you've got to expect it's going to get worse if you sit for a long period of time, or if you go to bed through the day for long periods. And again, people might be doing that because their mood is so low. And the second all is do start moving and stretching, because you're really not going to do any damage. In fact, you'll do more good than you will harm. You'll do more harm sitting for long periods and lying down for more periods. and get out there, get out the house, because staying in the house all the time really does drop people's moods and can make you really very anxious as well.
2 top tips there, Mandy. And I understand you're a bit short of money up there, is that right?
Well, we'd like to get some money to bring you back up north.
Well,
Definitely.
I'd like to do that, but in the meantime, I'm going to send you up some money anyway, so you buy yourself a bloody light shade.
Well, I'm up in the rafters.
Email me address and I'll send you a voucher. We can go along to the store and buy yourself a light shade.
Well, I look forward to that. Thanks very much.
And listen, Mandy, I'll tell you what, I'd like to do some more recording with you because I think you've got some great messages there. So let's organise, we'll do another one of these in a week or so's time. Because I think, I don't think, I've done interviews normally with physios and other dudes like that. And I think, you're probably seeing more people with pain than these other professions. So I think you've got some important messages there to share. So we'll organise another one of these, okay?
Oh, smashing. Well, I think everybody working in team, we're all after we've all got the same kind of objective and same goal. It's just to help people get their lives back. And staying connected, that's another take-home message.
Yeah,
Stay connected and speak to people who understand what you're going through. Because when you've got long-term pain, it's a lonely place, isn't it, when you're on your own?
Mate, I've been there, mate.
I know you have, bless you.
Stick with the winners. If you want to be a winner, mate, hang around the winners.
Yeah, so like Sunderland football team. We're winning again.
Yeah, did you win at the weekend? Did you win at the weekend? Did Sunderland win at the weekend?
Oh, yeah, we're winning all the time.
Oh,
we've got a good match on the night. We're playing Doncaster. I'm sure we'll be beating them as well. And I'm hoping to get back to the matches as well. I'm hoping to get to the Barnsley game in a couple of weeks' time because I haven't been for a while with work and been busy and stuff. So bring it on. I think
the good supporters up there, and Sunderland's a good team. Should be in the Premiership. And I can't let it go without me talking about the Arsenal. I mean, I'm gonna, 10 games now. I'm unbeaten. So probably give it a bit of kiss of death. That will. Listen, Mandy, thanks so much for doing the interview with me. It's always a pleasure to see you.
And you. You're such an inspiration to everybody, and we'll love you in the pain community. We'll absolutely love you.
Well, baby,
can't imagine the pain world without you, Pete.
I know, baby. Listen, what we'll do, we'll organise it, and I'll bomb up there, and we'll come do another talk and whatnot. All right?
Okay, and keep away from me light bulbs. I'll have a lampshade on next time.
Take care. I'll see you soon.
Okay, thanks, Pete. Cheerio. Bye now.
Bye.